Hey guys, this audio is gonna be explaining. I'm really sorry. Somebody in the neighborhood is doing some. Oh, I don't know what it's called in English, honestly, but you can hear it. So, um, whatever. Okay. Um, yeah, not the best time to film, but I just have a moment now, and then I'll be busy. So I wanted to just make a quick audio. I hope you can hear me well. Um, so basically, if you can't, you can always put subtitles on YouTube and just read it. So I wanted to talk about why do we exactly do vibrational exercises and why do we follow the instructions. So there are several reasons for that, and I'm going to explain them. Now, I don't care if you believe in magic or you don't. If you don't, simply, if you think everything is just a circumstance, everything just happens just like that, that's your own right, and you can believe whatever you want. I honestly don't care. You don't have to come to me and say, I don't think magic's real. Okay, okay, that's fine. I don't have a problem with people that don't think magic is real. I honestly don't. Like everyone has the right of their own opinion and to lead their life as they wish. Some wish the help of magic, some don't. Some don't believe in it. Some do. Some think it's bad. Some don't. It's whatever. It's a personal choice. So obviously, this channel is for those of you that do believe and have seen it work, because once you've seen it work, you will just know, oh, this is not a circumstance. No, sorry, I'm using the wrong term, coincidence. This is not a coincidence. You know because we're gonna talk a bit about how magic works as well in this audio. So I'm just gonna say that magic does not work in this like bam way. So we do a spell and then your ex comes to you and says, I love you forever. No, we do not create like slaves or anything like that. And we talk about this a lot on this channel, but I'm just going to give you an example of how a spell has worked for me, for example. And it's not going to be a low one because I don't really do those. I haven't done one in really long. I have accepted the fact that I'm not meant to be in a relationship necessarily, just because of who I am and the things I do. And I'm just different. But as you know, if you listen to me regularly, you know that I have done some spells to find friends, female friends, because I had none. And I done this last year, well, almost a year ago. And I'm just gonna tell you how it happened. So first, I wanna say I have not made a new female friend in 15 years. And as you get older, it just gets harder. Also, the fact that I don't really go anywhere. I'm usually just at home, and I also work from home. I not just this, like most of the jobs I had were remote. So, for example, the agency I do as how do you say it in English? Basically, optimization of web pages. It has this short, we say it's SEO here, but SEO, SEO. Anyways, it's also like remote. So for years now, I've mostly worked remote, not always, but mostly. Anywho, there weren't really much opportunities for me to find new female friends, and I could like get male friends without a problem. But as we know, that's usually because they had some other agenda. let's be honest. But female friends, no, no, no. It just I was like convinced that women just don't like me. They don't want to hang out with me or whatever. And every time I would even try to be friendly to some woman, it wouldn't work because obviously I would be needy. I would have this needy energy. I need to have this woman as my friend, so they would just not be interested, right? As it is with energies. So I performed a spell, and I told you that it worked, and that I have several female friends now. But I'm just gonna share some ways that I met them, just so you can see how it all seems like coincidence, because that's how magic works, like real life, like natural life. It's not that my friends have fallen from the sky into my house and said, oh, I'm your new friend now because you did a spell. That's not how spells work. So basically I'm just going to share about like my best friend, how we met. So I performed a spell in, I think it was April or May, I think May, maybe June even. I'm bad with time, but anyways, it was around that time, probably May or June. And I did already meet one, but that one, I'm still friends with, and I like her and everything, but she was not just that well of a match. She was not like someone I could become best friends with. So how I met my best friend was really weird. I mean, weird. It wasn't weird. It was a coincidence, just like with this one. So it was like natural life. It wasn't really a coincidence. So I was actually having drinks with the friend that I met before, female friend I met before, and her boyfriend, and I don't know who else was there, some other people. Uh, and this girl that's now my best friend, she was like on a really bad date. And what happened was that I was waiting in line to go to the bathroom, and she was standing behind me. And we did kind of see each other around like long ago, like 10ish years ago. So we kind of knew each other. We didn't know each other, we never met, but we saw each other. So she just recognized me. I recognized her. And she actually, she reached out to me and she was like, hey, I know you from somewhere. I was like, oh, yeah, yeah, I know you from somewhere as well. And then she got into the whole story how she was on a date and the guy actually, it went badly, and the guy actually told her that she is annoying and he went home, something like that. And anyway, she was left alone there at this bar. It's like a pub bar thing. It's not a club. I never go to clubs. It's just like, you know, somewhere to get drinks. It's not a nightclub. That's just not my thing. And it's alternative. It's rock and metal and stuff like that. That's the music I like. I'm a Scorpio. Anyways, and I was like, oh, geez, that's horrible. That's awful. Would you like to join me and my friends and just kind of forget about it and have some good time? And she was like, yes, sure. So we went to our table. I got us drinks, and she kind of relaxed because she was obviously upset from what happened. And then later, this other friend of mine that I just met before this one asked all of us to go to her place, and her place is really far away from where I live. So I was like iffy. And then this new girl was like, oh, I'll walk you home, so you don't have to go alone. And even though it's just out of her way, because she actually lives near that other friend. And I was like, okay, thank you. And then she did, and we talked that night really long, and we just went to have drinks the next day, sorry. And our friendship just evolved from that. So we had a lot of things in common. Actually, she's also very spiritual, and we are actually both Aries suns and Virgo risings, and we have a lot of similarities. So obviously, universe has sent me a friend that I would actually click with, and that I would have similarities with. We also were kind of in the same stages in our life. She's also single, and she's a bit younger than me. She's 36, but it's not such a big age gap, so that's also kind of similar. And it's just kind of to show you how spells work, without giving the X-Pack example, because uh, I haven't been doing any X-Packs lately for myself. So I just wanted to give you example how I met my best friend through the spell, and it's quite interesting, I think. Um, okay, so now about the vibration exercises. Why do we do them? So the main reason is obviously to improve our mood, because when we are post breakup, we are in a really bad place, dark place, bad mood, sad mood, depressed, anxious, needy, desperate, and that's just something that's very creating very repulsive energy that blocks the spells. We talk about it all the time, right? But it's not the only reason why we do them, because um, when you get your ex back, if the spell works, right, and you get your ex back, the spell only brings the ex back. It doesn't really keep the ex. So the spell can't work in terms for you to, if you have some issues or problems or whatever, the spell is not now gonna bound this person to you forever. So, if you believe in binding spells, they're not real. They don't work. You really have to, do the work yourself from there. But if your vibration is high, and if you continue with the exercises and everything, and don't go back into that needy state, it should actually be okay. There's a better chance that it will be okay. Bad things always happen, and some people are sometimes just really meant to leave, because there's a lot of things that we can't affect. There's a lot of things we can, but also a lot of that we can't. But by keeping your vibration high, you just have higher chance for it to actually work out, because the spell brings them back. It doesn't keep them. A spell can't do that. No, binding spells also can't do that. So you really have to do the work yourself. You have to work on your issues. You have to do like just normal stuff as normal, like non-vibrational stuff as well, and vibrational stuff. And you really have to try in your relationship. And just relationships and marriages are about compromising, about trying, and there's a lot of things that you can't expect just to do a spell, get them back, and then like continue making mistakes, because that's just not how it works. Or continue to be in a low vibration, or go back to low vibration. So that's kind of another reason why we do them, so our spells would last, but also just so we can feel better, so we don't get into that state. Also, so we don't repeat our bad patterns. They help with that, because uh, we also work a lot on self-esteem, through the instructions you get. And that's the main and most important thing, to break the patterns, to break the circles that are, karmic lessons for you. So you have to learn things, and you have to resist things. And yeah. So vibration exercises are really good, and we have a lot of reviews about them. So if you're not doing them, start, and don't give up. They're really good. And I'm saying this for your own good, because I want you to succeed, not just with your spell work. I want you to succeed in life. And what does succeeding in life mean for me? It means living a good life and growing as a person. That's the most important thing. And we grow from pain, so bad things have to happen and will happen. We just need to accept them and maybe change the perspective on how we look at them. That's really helpful, in my opinion. So once you understand why it all happens and why it needs to happen, it's just easier for you to go through heartbreaks and pains. Thank you for listening.